Luka Doncic's trade shakes the NBA. What happened and what's next? The NBA is no stranger to blockbuster trades, but the sudden departure of Luka Doncic from the Dallas Mavericks has sent shockwaves through the league. It wasn't just that Dallas traded away a generational talent, it was how they did it. With no warning, no leaks, and reportedly no consultation with Luka himself, the Mavericks made a move that will be talked about for years. A trade nobody saw coming. Luka Doncic, at just 25 years old, is already one of the most accomplished players in the NBA. A five-time first-team All-NBA selection, he was the face of the Mavericks, the player they were supposed to build around for the next decade. Yet, in a move that blindsided fans and analysts alike, he was traded in the middle of the night. Even NBA insiders, who usually catch wind of trade discussions early, had no clue this was happening. According to reports, even LeBron James, one of the most well-connected figures in the league, was caught off guard. The secrecy surrounding the deal only adds to the mystery. Unlike most trades, which come with weeks or months of rumors, this one seemed to materialize out of nowhere. The Mavericks and Lakers kept negotiations so tightly wrapped that by the time the public found out, the trade was already done. Did Dallas win the trade? Trading a superstar like Luka should, on paper, be a disaster. However, some analysts believe Dallas might have positioned itself for short-term success. Shaquille O'Neal, for example, criticized the Mavs for how they handled the situation but also suggested that pairing Anthony Davis with Kyrie Irving could make them competitive for the next 2 years. Still, replacing Luka's offensive genius is nearly impossible. He is the type of player who can single-handedly carry an offense, create plays out of nothing, and put up video game-like numbers on a nightly basis. His ability to control the tempo and dictate the flow of a game is something few players in NBA history have possessed. Even with a healthy Anthony Davis, can the Mavericks truly be better without Luka? What was Dallas thinking? If Dallas truly believed they couldn't build a winning team around Luka, that raises serious questions about the front office's decision-making. Some analysts argue that this move wasn't about basketball at all. Kevin Garnett hinted at deeper forces at play, suggesting that brand affiliations and business relationships might have influenced the trade. Luka is a Jordan brand athlete, while Anthony Davis is a Nike guy. Mavericks GM Nico Harrison has deep connections with Nike, particularly through Kobe Bryant's camp. Could business deals and sneaker politics have played a role in this trade? Meanwhile, the Locked On Mavericks podcast introduced another theory. This trade could be part of a larger strategy by the Mavericks' new ownership group, the Adelson family. Their main business interest isn't basketball, it's gambling. The Adelsons have a long history of pushing for legalized sports betting, and Texas remains one of the largest untapped markets for gambling in the U.S. According to this theory, the Luka trade isn't just about rebuilding the Mavericks, but about using the franchise as leverage to push for gambling legalization in Texas. If true, this move could have little to do with winning championships and everything to do with long-term business interests. The fallout: fans left heartbroken. For Mavericks fans, this trade is nothing short of devastating. Many believed Luka was destined to become the next great Dallas legend, following in Dirk Nowitzki's footsteps. His jersey was supposed to hang in the rafters, and he was supposed to lead the team to another championship. Instead, he was traded away in his prime. Social media has been flooded with reactions from heartbroken fans. One lifelong Mavericks supporter summed it up: "This is the worst moment in the history of my life as a fan." He was supposed to have a statue outside the arena. The frustration isn't just about losing Luka, it's about how the team handled it. There was no warning, no explanation, just a shocking move that left fans scrambling for answers. What's next for Luka and the NBA? With Luka now wearing a different jersey, the NBA landscape has been permanently altered. His new team instantly becomes a title contender, while the Mavericks face intense scrutiny over whether they made the right call. If Anthony Davis stays healthy and Dallas finds success, they may justify their decision. But if Luka goes on to dominate elsewhere and the Mavs struggle, this trade could go down as one of the worst in NBA history. One thing is certain: the NBA won't be the same after this. Whether this trade was a stroke of genius or an all-time blunder, its impact will be felt for years.